Okay, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about what type of training is the best and which one do I recommend you should do. So it all depends on what is your goal. Do you want to be a bodybuilder? Do you just want a good physique? Do you prioritize your health? Do you want to be an athlete? Do you want to look good but don't care about your health? Well, it depends. I'm going to start off with bodybuilding. So with bodybuilding, every training, calisthenics and weight training are good, but obviously some things are better than others. If you're trying just to gain muscle, then you should probably focus on weight training instead. We should probably focus on weight training. Weight training, resistance training, your body is on is you're forcing your body to go into muscle building mode, because if you're doing like if you're doing like let's say you're doing a lot of repetitions in calisthenics, your body is on your body is basically saying stay light, stay agile, stay fast. But if you do like 12 reps but with a heavier weight, your body is like, we need more strength, we need more muscle to be able to pick this weight up effectively. So if you're doing bodybuilding, you should do weight training. You should train maybe 3 times a week with weights, and you should also eat more and do like maybe 12 repetitions of maybe like a maximum 4 or 5 sets. Your workout shouldn't be long if you're doing bodybuilding. Your workout shouldn't be long if you're doing bodybuilding. It should be at least like 30 minutes to an hour if you're just focused on gaining muscle and bulking and stuff for bodybuilding. But when you start to cut, then you're still gonna do your heavyweight low repetitions, but you're gonna you're gonna have to eat a little bit less, but focus more on gaining your protein intake and and not cheating on your diet. Okay, so that's for bodybuilding. Now, getting a desirable physique. Generally, you can do any exercise for any types of workout for this. You can do calisthenics, you can do you can do calisthenics, you can do weightlifting, you can do um, fight like athletic training. But the best thing for this is to do like is to get a like a the most attractive physique you can get as a man. You should focus on doing being an athlete, because in order to build this, athletic physique is the most attractive physique to the opposite sex, and obviously to but for men, bigger muscles is more attractive. Not in a okay, they're not in a weird way. I'm talking about most men are most likely to watch bodybuilding competitions than women, but most women like athletic physiques. So how to get an athletic physique? You're gonna do you're gonna do your cardio first, and then you're gonna do your strength and conditioning later in the day. So that's one way. Or the second thing is you're doing a whole workout in a part of the day. Like for example, maybe you start at 5 o'clock and you end at like 8 o'clock. So you're gonna want to start doing cardio first. You're gonna want to warm up. You're gonna stretch. You're gonna do like let's say you do. I'm trying. Oh, let me think about this. If you like for example, the best way to describe this is like a boxing training. I'm not saying you should become a boxer. I'm just using this as an example. I'm gonna make another example. Okay, excuse me. You're gonna do your boxing drills, your jump rope, shadow boxing, heavy bag. Your cardio is there. It's done. Then you're gonna work on strength and conditioning, which is weights, calisthenics, whatever. You're gonna do your abs first, because that's the muscle that's the most procrastinated on. You're gonna do abs first. That's what the first thing you're gonna do in the strength and conditioning workout. And then how many reps should you do? Well, you can do like 0 to 100 reps. You can increase the repetitions as you get better, as you get more used to doing it, like to 500, etc. People thinking probably think this is what I'm saying is crazy, but once you start doing it, it's actually easier than you thought. How can someone like Mike Tyson do 2,500 steps daily and stay consistent on that for a long time? Okay, and then you're gonna after that you're gonna start you're gonna it's either you focus on a few muscles a day, or you're gonna focus on your full body on the day. So what I recommend is full body, or a full body 3 days, 3 times per week, or different muscles a day, 4 times per week. So let's say your legs, your back. I'm just making an example. Your legs, your back, on your first the first day you do your cardio, and then you do your abs, and then you're gonna do your legs and back. And then the next day, you're just gonna focus on doing boxing specifically, or athletic, or maybe your football training or your basketball training. You do that on that day. Take a cold shower, recover if you want to, of course. You can. It's not necessary you do a cold shower, but it's an extra perk. You get an extra benefit from doing cold showers. What is the benefit? You more recovery, more cardiovascular health, and your immune system gets increased. You probably heard this, the immune system increased before. So, and then the next day after that second day, you're doing chest, and you're doing maybe arms. Yeah, and then maybe, yeah, all the main muscles in the body: legs, back, chest, abs, shoulders, like arms. You're just gonna put your shoulders into the arms category. So you're gonna do. Let me explain it again. You do your the first day, Monday, for example. You're doing your cardio. You're supposed to be doing the abs. You're supposed to be doing 6 days per week. 6 days per week. The first day you're doing your your athlete training, football, basketball, whatever. Then you're gonna do your ab exercises, and then you're gonna do your it's now you get to choose which workout you want to do. You want to do full body, or do you want to do different muscle groups? If you want to do full body, you do your full body after, and the next day you do on Tuesday now you're doing your football training, and you're doing your ab exercises. Done. Then if Wednesday you do your what's what I'm excuse me, you're doing your boxing, your football, your basketball, your tennis, whatever. And then you're doing your ab exercises, and then you're doing chest and arms on this day. And then main muscle groups, your physique will look amazing if you keep consistent. And then on Sunday you start resting maybe. That's what I recommend. The best time to rest is the day that you're not doing anything. Because if you can do an active rest day, but it's always better to get your body recovered with a full rest day. Now, for women, if you want to build an athletic, like a most desirable body, you can just focus on doing. You can do your sports, same thing. You do your sports. You don't really need to focus on ab exercises, but you can do that, and you focus on your muscle. Like, what muscle are you training that day? You're training your arms. You're training your glutes. You're training your legs, whatever. Because yeah, I'm not gonna go into that. And then the next day you do cardio, and then the following day you do the next muscle, but you focus on the most desirable muscles. Anyway, that's the second thing. Now, the next thing is you prioritizing your health. So by prioritizing your health, you just want to be healthy. You don't really care about, maybe you do care about your physique, but you don't really want to be like eating bad food. You just want to be healthy. So with this, you're gonna really focus on your diet. You can do your you can this with this you can just focus on calisthenics or weights. It doesn't matter. When you go home, the main thing you're focusing on is your diet. So stop. You don't like try and cheat on your diet at least as less as possible. Try and eat. Try and get on a diet like a carnivore diet or maybe a balanced diet. Get all of the cornflakes. Get all of the McDonald's. Don't drive when you're driving your car. Don't drive past McDonald's. Drive past the supermarket instead. Find a different route home. Get all the unhealthy stuff out of your sight. Don't in the first few days, first few weeks is gonna be the hardest, but eventually you get used to it, and then you focus on your sleep. You're like a healthy like a healthy crazy person. So that's the easiest way to focus on your health. Okay, you avoid you focusing on your diet. You're doing your exercise. Okay, the next thing is you just want to look good. The last thing, you just want to look good and you don't care about your health. So with this is you can still get a good physique even if you eat unhealthy. You don't really care about your health, you just want to get a good physique. So I don't recommend doing having like having steroids or whatever, but let's say you just want to eat unhealthy food. So with this, you need to, in the morning, you fast. You don't eat at all. You drink water. In midday, no, excuse me. So there's two things you can do. You don't, first of all, you don't eat in the morning. You do your workout in the morning. And then in the midday, you can eat. And a bit later in the day, you can eat and go to sleep. You fast in the morning and you eat later in the day. After 12, after 12, have an eating window of 6 to 8 hours, and then make sure before you sleep you don't eat 2 hours before you sleep, and then you still get a good physique, but you won't feel as strong as you would if you're eating healthy. But then the second thing is if you want to eat unhealthy is you fast in the morning again. The second variation. You fast in the morning, you eat midday, you eat again after a few hours, and then you go to the gym and you can have a small post-workout meal, and then you go to sleep with 1 hour before you sleep. You didn't eat. This will get you a decent physique. As I said before, you won't feel strong, you won't feel powerful. You enjoy eating the food as well, but that's the only benefit. And also your physique will get better. I mean, it will still look as good. So the catch with this step is okay, wait. You will feel hungry throughout the day. Oh, my bad. You have to meet your protein requirements. So let's say you're eating McDonald's. At least order something that, like, you can have whatever you want, but order something that will get you enough protein throughout the day. I'm not an expert at this, so you're gonna have to order. But I do know if you order a lot of chicken, for example, it like one big chicken, like I'm just making an example, has 460 grams of protein, but they don't sell that in McDonald's. So maybe like a burger will have like 20 grams of protein, 30 grams of protein. So try and order more foods that have more protein, which will help you recover better. So that's the unhealthy method, but the best, that's the least recommended for you. I recommend that you do the athletic one, where you do a sport, If you don't want to do a sport, you just do some cardio like jump rope, you do some running, you do some I don't know, just it's always more convenient to pick up a sport. So focus on the sport, excuse me. Focus on try and get a sport that you're doing, and then do some weight training after, or do some calisthenics. Which is the best in my opinion? If you're focusing on muscle, you focus on weightlifting. If you're focusing on cardio, and like you're focusing on more cardiovascular endurance, you focus on calisthenics. What I've noticed when I'm doing weightlifting and calisthenics is that calisthenics I always was more fitter. I was always more had more stamina. But weightlifting, I grew better muscles. I had more time throughout the day to rest. And that was the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed and follow this advice. Peace.